I speak to you in this moment with an authority that transcends human understanding. I am the Lord, your everlasting strength, the architect of your destiny, and the one whose promises are immutable and eternal. Hear my voice reaching into the deepest parts of your spirit, for what I am declaring to you is not just hopeful encouragement, but a sovereign announcement. You have lived through a season where the spiritual realm seemed distant, and the answers to your prayers felt indefinitely delayed. I am here to dismantle that perception. The great wheels of heaven have already turned, setting in motion the specific, extraordinary events that I designed for you before the foundation of the world. The time for passive waiting is over, the time for active anticipation has begun. You may be looking at your external world and seeing the familiar routine, the persistent problems, and the slow march of days. But I tell you, in the hidden realm, a furious preparation is concluding. The silence you interpreted as absence was, in fact, the careful, deliberate arrangement of every detail necessary for your unprecedented elevation. I do not act on fleeting emotion. Every word I speak and every promise I make is backed by the full power of my divine counsel. If I have spoken it over your life, it is already guaranteed. The countdown I speak of is not symbolic, it is a literal, swift progression toward a moment of irreversible change. The key is in the lock, and the door to your next, most glorious chapter is about to swing open, and no earthly or spiritual force can ever shut it. I know the weariness of your heart, the times you questioned if the voice you heard was mine or just the echo of a desperate longing. I confirm to you today, it is my voice calling you higher. Do not dim this light or allow the fatigue of the long journey to stop you from seeing what is right in front of your eyes. The enemy's greatest lie was that you missed your opportunity, that you were too late, or that your efforts were wasted. I am the God of all time, and in my hands, nothing is lost. Every prayer poured out, every tear shed in secret, every difficult step of faith taken, all of it is recorded in the imperishable archives of heaven. I saw the nights you ended exhausted, yet still found breath to whisper your trust in me. I witnessed the days you chose to press forward when every natural instinct screamed to give up. Every moment of your life has been a crucial, necessary step toward this very moment of fulfillment. Now, I declare that the building is nearly finished. The final pieces are being secured. When the divinely appointed time arrives, absolutely nothing will be able to stop the flood of my glory from pouring into your life. This message is not intended to instill fear, but to act as a spiritual alarm clock. Do not stumble at the very end of your race. Many have lost focus inches from the finish line, distracted by minor issues or succumbing to doubt, missing the grand thing I prepared. I forbid that for you. Stay alert, keep your spiritual ears open, and prepare your heart for sudden change. This specific prophetic window, this Kairos moment, is unique to your current season. I am the same God who split the sea for Israel, who supplied for the prophet in the wilderness, and who raised the dead. If I have done these things, I will most certainly do this for you, for I am faithful and I cannot deny myself. Do not allow the spirit of doubt to steal the significance of this hour. Take a deep breath of faith and internalize this truth: your wait has not been in vain. The countdown has accelerated, and the promise is closer than the air you breathe. If you receive this word in faith, let your spirit answer, I receive this prophetic time. It is no accident you are encountering these words right now. Heaven is confirming that your season has turned. You are not a spectator, you are the central figure in this move of God. Your life is about to become irrefutable proof that I am never late. What I am prepared to unleash is greater than anything you have been able to imagine, therefore, I urge you to trust completely and stay awake, for the divine clock is rapidly ticking down to your undeniable victory. I speak to you again because I understand the crushing weight of the long wait, the sting of unanswered prayer, and the frustration of relentless effort without visible return. Many before you reached this exact precipice, the brink of breakthrough, and simply gave up out of sheer exhaustion or were sidetracked by trivialities, missing the manifest answer. I refuse to let that be your end. This sacred moment is ordained by heaven, set aside for your breakthrough. It is the moment where fullness arrives, and this is precisely why the enemy is launching his final, desperate assault to scatter your attention. He knows you are one breath away from the extraordinary. This has been the plan all along. Those who fail at the finish line often do so because they miss the urgency and significance of the final hour. I tell you now, open the eyes of your heart, let your spirit awaken, and do not ignore the intensity of this time. You might feel like a solitary, insignificant person, but you are not. I called you by name. I saw every tear you shed in your loneliness, every moment when words failed and only deep groans escaped your soul. I was there in the long silence, on every dark night. Not one tear went unnoticed, not one prayer was forgotten, every single one was gathered before my throne. I did not carry you this far only for you to fail to grasp the promise. Many have retreated precisely when their greatest victory was imminent. But I declare over you, you will not miss it. You are not the farmer who plants, nurtures, and cares for the soil only to walk away when the fruit is ripe. I refuse to let your hard-won harvest rot in the field, untouched. I will not allow the answer that is already approaching to slip through your hands. This is why I speak to you with a renewed, firm authority: do not quit. You are not here by chance. I did not select you arbitrarily. I chose you because I saw a flicker of faith within you that, though often weak, still held on to me. Your success is not predicated on your strength but on mine. It is not because of your perfection, but because of my unconditional love for you. I refuse to let your story conclude in frustration. I insist that it ends in triumphant fullness. You will not be remembered as one who almost made it, but as one who boldly stepped into the promised place. The adversity you endured was not for nothing. The pressure, the weight, the discouraging voices, they all intensified because you were so close to your breakthrough. The nearer you get, the harder the distractions will hit. I command you, do not yield now. This is not the time to look around and question your surroundings. It is the time to fix your gaze on me alone. Stay exactly where I have placed you. The place that seems small and insignificant is the very battleground of your victory. Do not abandon your post, and do not let the flame of your faith dwindle. When every feeling within you screams that it's pointless, remember that this is the point where the majority give up, and you are not one of them. I speak to you now with authority and infinite love: wake up. Do not allow discouragement or impatience to make you abandon the things I have invested in your spirit. Do not ignore this call, for it is the final warning before the promise bursts forth. I am faithful. What I promised you is here. The vision I placed in your heart was never just a dream, it was a prophecy. Do not dismiss the seeds you planted with tears, they are already sprouting. The field is ready, and the harvest is waiting. I only ask that you do not turn away from me now. Do not confuse my silence with my absence or my delay with forgetfulness. I have been with you always, even when you felt nothing. I was the silent strength that prevented your heart from completely shattering. I was the hand that caught you just before you fell. Now, I am the voice calling you to hold on until the glorious end. This is the time for endurance, for drawing near, not for walking away. I know you are weary, but I am your unending strength. Your emotions may be shaken, but my word stands unshakable. Trust me, for the moment I promised you is directly ahead. Share this urgent message so others may awaken and not miss what heaven has already prepared. I speak to you so there is absolute clarity: you are a vital participant in a movement that has already been initiated. The divine clock is ticking, and every second brings you closer to the key that unlocks the next, profound chapter of your life. Stay strong because everything you've waited for is already in transit. I speak one final time to eliminate all doubt from your heart. The promise I made is not a distant possibility, it is imminent. What you sowed in tears, nurtured with silent, desperate prayer, and guarded when no one else noticed, the time for your harvest is now. Your period of waiting was not empty, it was the fertile ground where your destiny ripened. I confirm to you now that this fruit will not be lost. Look with eyes of faith, and you will see that the field, which once looked barren, is now trembling, ready to yield. The enemy lied, saying it was over. But the seeds were never dead, they were growing in the dark, awaiting the perfect time, and that time is this very moment. Do not let final discouragement take away what is already ready for your hand. Do not leave the field when the bloom is full. What I have prepared for you is magnified and extraordinary. It will not be a minor improvement, it will be a monumental turning point that reshapes your entire history. It will be a sign that forces people to declare, "The Lord was truly, mightily with you." Those who mocked your faith, who doubted your persistence, who judged you for wasting your time, they will witness the undeniable fulfillment of my covenant with you. What I open, no one can shut. What I bless is blessed, irrespective of human opinion. Your destiny is not decided by the words of people, but by my eternal word. I am the God who commands the impossible into being, the one who transforms failure into a powerful testimony. I never fail. I fully comprehend the weight that has worn you down. I know the times you wanted to collapse, but I also saw your decision to stand firm. I saw every deliberate choice to believe when silence was the only answer. Your faith, in those moments, was never wasted. I was listening. What is coming is so spectacular that you will struggle to grasp it. It will not be a result of your own strength, but a clear, powerful display of my glory. I do this so there is no doubt, it came from me. When it manifests, everyone will see that I, the Lord, have been with you. Do not give up now. Do not allow temporary emotions to derail you. This is the moment to move forward with boldness. I did not bring you this far only for the door to be slammed shut. I brought you here to open it, and I myself have opened it. The promise is not gone, it has been kept secure, sealed by my protection. The waiting was not a delay, it was a period of precise preparation. I was molding your character, fortifying your faith, and aligning your path. Now, when the promise arrives, you will be perfectly ready to walk into it. Lift your head and let hope flood your soul, for I confirm to you, this is the time of confirmation. Everything that felt far away is much closer than you realize. The divine clock is counting, and every second brings you nearer to fulfillment. I am the God who keeps all his promises, and I will not permit your story to end in defeat. The end will not bring shame, but profound honor. Your legacy will not be the length of your wait, but the greatness that is coming. Your story will not be remembered for the silence, but for the powerful manifestation of my word. I tell you, what I am about to do will be a permanent sign for you and everyone around you. It will be an undeniable, glorious turning point. Stand firm, for you are one step from the extraordinary. When all is fulfilled, you will look back and understand that every tear was purposeful, every prayer was perfectly heard, and every second of the wait was meaningful. I am the Lord, and my word is being fulfilled in you right now. I saw every tear that fell in the seclusion of your room when no one was there to comprehend the weight you carried. I heard every prayer that wasn't spoken but rose from the deep groans of your soul. You believed I was distant, that heaven was silent. I assure you, every tear was collected. Every whisper was registered before my throne. Nothing was lost. Nothing was ignored. How many times did you feel completely alone, convinced that no one truly grasped the depth of your pain? You looked around for support but found no one who could truly carry the burden. Your spirit was broken, and you were too weak to articulate your need. Yet, I was there, watching over you, holding you up when the weight threatened to crush your very being. I did not allow you to be destroyed because my love enveloped you even when you could not perceive it. I know how often you hid your face, unwilling to let others see your sorrow. You wore a mask of okayness, smiling while the pain was a raw wound within. You feared worrying others or displaying vulnerability. But I saw it all. I saw your heart ache so profoundly that you thought you could not survive it. And it was my hand that prevented you from falling apart completely. How many times did you search for answers but find only an echoing void? You struggled to comprehend why the trials seemed to have no end, and the silence was more deafening than any explanation. That silence was never rejection, it was the method of my love. I was shaping your character and life in the midst of the incomprehensible. I formed you through the tears. I molded you in the secret sorrow. And I prepared you with every prayer you felt you couldn't even speak aloud. You assumed I had forgotten you, but I never did. I know the times you judged your own faith as useless, when prayer felt like an empty ritual, and you believed no one was listening. I tell you, every single prayer, even those that seemed to vanish into the air, reached me immediately. You could not see it, but I was meticulously working behind the scenes, aligning every circumstance, clearing the pathway, and making space for the greatness that was about to arrive. I did not call you to experience defeat. I did not choose you to be left desolate and humiliated. I did not permit the pain to break you, but to perfect and strengthen you. I am the God who turns groans into songs of praise, tears into magnificent testimonies, and weakness into unbeatable strength. Every moment you felt an unbearable pressure and believed you couldn't take another step, it was my hand that sustained you. And I tell you again, no tear was wasted. No prayer was lost. No pain was without eternal purpose. I was there when you had no words left, and all that remained were sighs and silence. I was there when you closed your eyes, thinking you were unseen. I was there when you thought it was definitively over. And it was I who kept you standing when, deep down, you knew you should have fallen. I saw every sleepless night you endured. Every morning you woke up already exhausted, yet still consciously chose to place your trust in me. I know the fierce effort it took to keep believing when every indicator was negative. You thought your faith was too small, but I assure you, even your trembling faith was priceless to me. I do not seek perfection, I seek a heart that continues to surrender. And your heart, though weary, chose to remain with me. Do not devalue your tears, they were not evidence of weakness, but seeds that watered the very promise I gave you. Do not underestimate your silent prayers, they were powerful declarations that reached me like a sweet aroma. Do not think your hidden weeping went unnoticed, it became an intercession that moved heaven. I am your Father, and I noticed every microscopic detail. I was present in every breath, in every heartbeat, in every moment you thought you couldn't continue. Nothing escaped my notice. You were never alone. Even when every feeling contradicted this truth, I was holding you through your pain. Now, I speak this so you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that every tear, every prayer, every quiet cry was purposeful and effective. They have become an indispensable part of your journey, your testimony, and the deep work I have performed in you. I used every tear to nourish the seeds of destiny I planted in your life. I used every prayer as the spiritual strength that helped you to endure. I used every sigh as a cry that reached my throne on your behalf. I never left you stranded in the valley, nor did I abandon you in the darkness. I did not turn away from your pain. I was with you, step for step. And I tell you now, the time for tears is concluding because the harvest I promised is at your door. What you thought was forgotten is being remembered before your very eyes. What seemed permanently lost will be fully restored. What appeared dead is about to surge back to life. For I am the Lord who transforms sorrow into boundless joy, mourning into celebration, and emptiness into total abundance. I am the one who rules over all, and nothing you have endured has escaped my knowledge. I have witnessed the times you were rejected. I have recorded every malicious word spoken against you. I was there when your faith was mocked and attempts were made to utterly push you down. I saw the moments you gave your absolute best, and no one seemed to acknowledge it. I know the days you reached out for help and received nothing in return. Nothing was missed by me. Every detail of your life has been catalogued before my throne. How many times did you choose integrity when corruption was the easy route? How many times did you forgive in silence, even when your soul demanded justice? How many times did you stand firm when every pressure was designed to make you quit? Those actions that were invisible to others, I saw them all. Those decisions that no one valued, I valued them immensely. And now, I declare that the time has come for my justice to be revealed in your life. Do not misunderstand my justice as simple human vengeance. My justice does not merely return what was stolen, it transforms and elevates. What was wickedly taken from you will be restored to you and multiplied far beyond the original loss. What was used to shame you will become the source of your greatest honor. What seemed to end in disgrace will now become a brilliant sign of my glory working through your life. I am not merely a God who restores what was lost, I am a God of overwhelming overflow, who makes the desolate ground burst forth with bloom, who turns barrenness into a beautiful, thriving garden. I know that many times you questioned if your faithfulness mattered, if living with integrity was worth the cost, and if choosing the right path only left you lagging behind. I tell you, no act of your faithfulness has gone unrecognized. Every decision to trust, every moment you kept your heart pure, I saw it. And this record is not just paperwork, it is a testimony before heaven that you remained faithful even when everything was against you. Now I stand as both your advocate and your ultimate judge. You will not need to defend yourself. You will not need to speak a single word. I will be your voice. I will lift you up.